Hello everyone, I'm Greg Weaver. Welcome to The Audio Analyst. It's amazing how much things can change in just one short year, especially if you are driven. In episode 138, A New Listening Room from Scratch, which dropped just over a year ago on September 3rd, 2023, we focused on a brand new listening room designed and constructed by my audio buddy of some 2 decades, Todd. At that time, I was pleased to share a very positive and gratifying tale of a good audio buddy who had recently not only gotten the opportunity to move away from a shared family space as his primary listening room, but who had been able to design and build a new, dedicated listening space from scratch. This opportunity presented itself just about a year earlier when Todd's wife, Kim, had accepted a new position in a new town, coincident with his decision to take his retirement. The confluence of these two remarkable circumstances brought him both a new blank slate to work with, along with a project to focus on now that he had recently left his day job, their new home. To that point, he had never been able to set aside a space in any of his previous homes to incorporate as a dedicated listening room. But this move presented him with the proverbial blank sheet, the full and unfinished basement in that new home. He dove into the challenge of planning everything, from how much room to leave open for his family's other space needs, including his passion for RC model airplanes and Kim's comic book collection, to the size and shape of the actual listening area. From what materials to use for the construction of the walls and ceiling, to how to effectively use insulated boots to minimize the amount of extraneous noise from his central HVAC system. Once he had a handle on the whole process, he began construction. While he freely admits that its completion took longer than he would have liked, the results were well worth the wait. The framed steel stud walls were finished with half-inch thick drywall attached to both sides of the studs and insulated with 4-inch thick rock wool insulation. The room's decorative paneling was not only stapled to the drywall, but bonded to it using power grab construction adhesive, providing both enhanced tensile strength or rigidity and a constrained layer approach to damping and controlling the room's sympathetic vibrations. His choice of using a dropped ceiling took advantage of the well-thought-out and effective Ceiling Max grid system, including the use of their companion acoustical tiles, and all was finished off with R30 insulation. The resultant new listening room is 26 feet long by 12 feet wide and is 7 feet 2 inches high, and has 2 AC outlets on their dedicated service for the gear only. It is accessed via the primary stairway from upstairs. Hey buddy, we're back.
Back again. Yep. Welcome back.
When we first got a tour of the room, the analog front end included a Rega Planar 7 turntable with its Soundsmith Ziffer Mark III cartridge, feeding a musical surroundings Phenomena 2 phono stage. Ones and zeros were originally reconstructed using a small green computer streaming rig consisting of the Sonic Transporter i5 Generation 3 and ultra-digital 1.5 USB to I2S converter to feed a PS Audio direct stream DAC. Electronics included the Hegel Music System's H390, a 250-watt dual mono integrated amplifier with streaming and a room-ready DAC, which Todd bypassed as he preferred his PS Audio DAC. Loudspeakers had been the overachieving Von Schweikert Audio Vortex Acoustics VR35 Mark II. Cabling included an Oye USB cable, Audience Conductor SE RCA, and Cardus Clear Reflection XLR interconnects, an 8-foot set of Cardus Clear Reflection bi-wired speaker cables, and some Audience AU24 power cord SE eyes. Power conditioning was handled using a Synergistic Research PowerCell 8 UEF SE power distributor with their Atmosphere X Level 2 AC power cord. There was an abundance of additional room treatments, including a pair of GIK Acoustic Impressions Pro Series corner bass traps, 7 2-foot by 2-foot by 4-inch GIK Acoustics impression panels, 2 GIK 2-foot by 4-foot by 4-inch acoustic impression panels, and a pair of 2-foot by 2-foot by 2 1/8-inch sound diffusers from BXI. Now, remember, I said at the opening that it's amazing how much difference a year can make? Let's take a closer look at how much has changed over this past year. The analog front end has seen a significant upgrade, with the Rega being replaced with a venerate Lin Sondek LP12, fitted with a Lin Ecos 2 tone arm, freshly rebuilt and upgraded with Cardus tone-on wire straight to the cartridge. The LP12 had both the Circus bearing system and was driven by a Lingo 2 power supply. You should be so lucky if you go hunting for such a rig, because Todd found an absolute steal on this entire system at US Audio Mart. The Soundsmith moving iron cart has been replaced by a Hanna ML moving coil cartridge. And while the Hanna ML actually retails for a little less than the original Soundsmith, with its nude microline stylus, low impedance generator, the same generator used in the sensational Hanna Umami Blue, and its cryogenic treatment, I think it was an excellent and synergistic choice. The musical surroundings phono preamplifier was replaced with what I also see as a nice upgrade, with the installation of the Hegel Music Systems V10 phono stage. Oh, and as well as having access to a spin clean record cleaning system for coarse cleaning of pre-owned LPs, he has added a DeGritter Mark I ultrasonic record cleaning machine. If you've never experienced the absurd advantages one enjoys with the use of ultrasonic cleaning, you really are in for a treat when you choose to add one to your record care routine. The PS Audio Direct Stream DAC is now replaced by an overachieving Lampezator Amber 3 DAC, and a Finisar SPF optical module has replaced the earlier stock unit. And now, an Audience Studio 2 USB cable takes the place of the original Oye USB cable. A Synergistic Research PowerCell 8SX replaces the earlier 8 UEF SE power conditioner. One of the most obvious changes to this system would be the replacement of the VSA VR35 Mark IIs with a pair of Magnapan 3.7i planar dynamic loudspeakers. Wow. The stock jumpers on the Maggies have been replaced by Cardus jumpers, and he has added a pair of the SBS SB3000 subwoofers. Now, it would be disingenuous of me if I didn't make a point to talk about the complete reworking of the room treatment. I had felt that the room treatment during my last visit was both still a work in progress and, if I'm honest, represented a bit of overtreatment. But I'm here to tell you, the look and especially the sound of this new setup was captivating. While we didn't go into exactly how much more money Todd had invested to get to this point, I have to say that the sonic results were just phenomenal. I have recorded 2 sample tracks to give you a taste of how remarkable this new setup sounds. Let's have a listen. Pretty amazing performance, no? With appropriate tracks, the soundstage expanded outside the boundaries of the sidewalls and extended deep behind the front wall. Cue sound cues from Roger Waters' Amused to Death and Madonna's Immaculate Collection were not only rendered more deeply into the room, reaching further along the side walls and surrounding us when meant to, but those sounds were more focused in both size and shape. Thanks to the addition of the stereo SBS subwoofers, there was significant improvement in how well the system could recreate the acoustic and space of the recording venue or hall and so clearly and accurately regenerates the positions of voices throughout the soundstage. Imaging was more precise in location, shape, and size. Now, we used one of my favorite cuts to verify this, Down Home Blues, the first track on the 1990 Alligator release, Harp Attack, anchored by 4 Chicago harmonica legends, James Cotton, Junior Wells, Billy Branch, and Carrie Bell. I've included a Qobuz link to this release in today's description. To be honest, I think that with further exploration of phase integration and the other fine settings available with the SBS subwoofer software, Todd will be able to distill these parameters, achieving even more refined performance. This new system delivered an undeniable cohesion of the overall sonic tapestry in a way that just had not existed during my first visit a year ago. From the macro punch and dynamism of drum strikes and event scaling, to the more refined microdynamic shading and expression of all musical information, even on down by the noise floor, has all seen notable improvement as well. I was really taken by just how good this system sounded and was only too happy to share with Todd that this was the most engaging and musically accurate system I had ever heard him put together in the 2 decades we've been friends. The combination of the more dynamic and expressive Maggie 0.7i series loudspeakers, along with the addition of the space and air created with the SBS subs, the speed and resolve of the new analog front end, and the enhanced corporality, body, and bloom delivered by the upgraded digital system really won me over. This is one exceptional sounding, musically compelling setup. Well done, Todd. And buddy, my sincere thanks for letting us visit the room to experience your ongoing and highly successful efforts. As always, thank you for taking the time to drop by today. Further information on supporting the channel may be found in today's description section or at my website, theaudioanalyst.com. Please stay safe and keep the music playing. Till next time, cheers.